I mean, I think one of the things to know about the conversation we're having today is that, ironically, it was planned long before this latest product was actually released. So it just seems to be the universe speaking to us and colliding that the meeting is happening today after the launch of what has been called hard solo onto Australian shelves in the last couple of weeks. I think the reason the timing of that launch is so pivotal is that it really speaks to everything that Australians have concerns about when it comes to the way that alcohol is marketed. I mean, this is a product that has the name of a soft drink, is in a can that looks like a soft drink and tastes like a soft drink, and yet it has alcohol in it. So we know Australians have a particular taste for pre-mixed drinks. We know young Australians have a particular taste for pre-mixed drinks. And so I think myself and my colleagues from the Crossbench today are meeting with the industry to really have that conversation of where is the line, and if this product isn't passing the pub test, what happens when a product crosses that line?
Yeah, so the Health Minister said he was getting his people to have a look at it because he's been tied up with other things, of course, this pharmaceutical legislation that he's hoping he can get through. What is the biggest problem with you about it? Is it the taste of it? Is it the look of it? Is it the fact that the company, we're talking about Asahi, that the Japanese brewing company has said, we don't have a problem here?
Look, I think if it was any one thing, you'd just fix that one thing. I think it's the whole product. I think everything that you've just raised is the reason that a product like this shouldn't be on our shelves. You know, I hate to admit it, but I grew up in a time when alcohol looked like alcohol. You know, it came in big bottles or it came in silver bladders, and you knew what you were drinking. And if you were going to mix a drink, you consciously mix that drink to the taste and flavour and strength that you wanted it. That's not the case anymore. Most young Australians are buying premixes. They buy it because the can is cool or the name is cool. Frequently they're drinking before they go out because they can't afford to buy drinks when they get out. So I just think this is not, I want to be really clear, we're not here to beat up on the industry today, but what we are here to do is to have a conversation with them, which is you have a responsibility in our society. You're asking us to trust you through self-regulation. Well, with that responsibility comes consequences when you step outside the Venn diagram. And I guess if I had to summarise it, probably my main concern is the fact that this product was approved through that self-regulatory environment, because I just think this is a really clear breach of what the intention of that self-regulatory code is all about.
Yeah, so just explain to us, for people not super familiar with it, the self-regulation, how that works and what you think can be tinkered with or tweaked to try and make sure you are happy with the products that get to market.
You know, really interestingly, just about everything that harms us as human beings, be that sugary foods, be it fatty foods, be it takeaway, be it soft plastics, all those things start initially from a position of self-regulation. So it's really important that industries are able to accept responsibility for themselves and to have the freedom to innovate in a market as they see fit. But self-regulation only works for as long as the guidelines around which the self-regulation is established meet community expectations. And we've seen a number of areas of late, particularly in the last 12 months, whether it's the gambling reform that's being pushed for, whether it's the reform around soft plastic use. I mean, a conversation in alcohol is just a natural conversation to be having at this point in time around what role do we want to see alcohol continue to play in our society? What relationship do we want it to have with young Australians and all Australians? And how as a nation do we deal with this relationship when, let's face it, our relationship with alcohol as a nation has not always been healthy and at times is still questionable. So I don't think myself or anybody else on the crossbench are here being wowsers, but what we are saying is that where we can make improvements to protect young Australians and help people make good decisions for themselves, then that's what we should be doing. And I do call on the industry to work with us to bring that outcome about. It can't always be about the quick buck.